So guys, it's in. The latest subscriber purchase. A 63 plate Audi A1 S-Line with the 1.6 diesel. And what a stunning looking car it is. Firstly, massive thanks to the guys for bringing this down to me. They drove it 3 hours down to me and drove all the way back. They brought it down specifically down for me. They said they knew it would help me by not having any transport costs. I'm not going to give names out, obviously, but a massive thanks to you guys for that. Again, the loveliest people. I got loads and loads of photos of the car before they came down with it, giving me just every little detail of any minor marking on the car, like this little bit on the glass here, and went through and pointed out loads of little marks on it. But to be honest, in the flesh, the thing is pretty mint. It's got some stone chipping at the front, which you'd expect is a pretty blunt fronted car, and it is a 63 plate after all. It's not a new car, but overall did a refurb job on the alloys himself with 2K paints, and I have to say that's probably a better finish than I would get on them. It's brilliant finish. I think a wheel restorer would be hard pressed to do them that well. New brake discs and pads all round as well, I think, or at least it was the rear ones at least. Again, all the wheels have been refurbed, so not a single bit of curbing on them. Done a beautiful job there, boss. Beautiful job. The paintwork is really good. There's no black. Normally shows all the sort of light scratching and hazing, but he did say he'd machine polished and buffed it before, and you can tell there's a hell of a gloss black on this. For obviously a few little personalised things like blacking out the badge, I think that's personalised, isn't it? Because I don't think Audi do that. Are these I don't know if they're the contactless door handles. I'm a bit ignorant to the old Audi features, but just finish off looking around the outside. Again, like I say, all the alloys have been refurbed. The paintwork is in lovely condition. Seats are all in great nick. They just need a bit of a wet clean here, but the actual bolsters on these sporty S-Line seats are all in really good nick. Minor wear on that one there, but again, what you'd expect. It's done 90,000 miles on the 1.6 diesel. It's got a main dealer service history, and then the owner has self-serviced it, but they've kept all the receipts for me to prove they've self-serviced it with all the oil filter change and so forth. I can see why these appeal to people. It is a really nice spec car. Really nice spec. Obviously, being 5-door appeal to a slightly wider market than the 3 doors. New tyres all round. Just really well presented. It is exactly as it was described to me in the pictures and before it was sent down. I've had a little burn around the industrial estate in it, and it drives fine on that front. Obviously I need to take it a little further afield, but bear in mind they drove it 3 hours to me, so unless they're happy to drive with some serious faults, I think we can say it's mechanically sound. Oh, 95,000 miles, sorry, on the clock. But I say with the full service history, we've got the sat nav. I don't know what all the features are on it, to be honest. We've got a CD, presumably with an auxiliary input somewhere, I would have thought, on a car this age. Get aircon, electric windows all round, electric mirrors, all nice gloss black with chrome trim finishes on it. It is a gorgeous looking car, and he's kept it in fantastic. The steering wheel and the gear knob and the pedals, you wouldn't believe it done 95,000 miles. You could easily fool me this done 40,000 miles, to be fair. Really nice motor. I'm getting a bit spoilt here, aren't I, guys? I'm used to dealing with absolute bangers as a general. I say absolute bangers, they're good cars. They're good cars. But what I mean is, like I say, this is probably 3 times the cost of anything that I would normally get into stock. I really appreciate these guys giving me the opportunity to buy this car, as opposed to giving it to a local We Buy Any car or local dealer. A little bit to touch in there. I'm just literally going to touch that bit in. Or probably cover that there and then paint it. It'll be hard to get that. It looks like just a gloss black, but that's again minor. I think realistically, if you're looking for a car for one of these Audi A1s at this price point, I'd be amazed if you can find one in this condition. I mean, those, for starters, you're going to have curved up alloys, I would have thought, as a general rule. And the rest of the bodywork, I mean, you look down the sides of it and black shows everything, doesn't it? But there is no dings down the side of it. Absolutely no dings down the side of it at all. So how they've managed to avoid getting car parking dings, I do not know. Absolutely lovely car. I can see someone falling in love with that very easily. The question is, will they pay the money on? Now the book for this, I think retailing is around 6,995. The ones I've looked at locally are around 6,995. I'd be surprised if any of them are in this kind of condition and have a full history like this, you know, with the new tyres, the refurbished alloys, all of those good things. I would be surprised if they're in this condition. But obviously for me, I do like to shift stock quite quickly. I don't like to sit on it too long. It's the first time I've gone in at this price point with a car like this, so I am thinking I probably want to sell it under book just to move it along a bit quicker. I think it needs an MOT. It's got quite a long MOT on. I think it's going to MOT till February next year, but I think it's going to need a new MOT. Got all the kit in there. Not sure what that is. Squidgy little thing there. I'm sure some of you will tell me. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's not often I don't have to clean the flipping door shuts and the stuff like that. This is almost retail ready. And I know just from chatting to the guys, these are people that look after their motors. When they've driven 3 hours down here and both cars turned up like they've just cleaned them 5 minutes up the road when they brought them in. That is a stunner. I'm not a big Audi guy myself, I have to admit. I'm not a big Audi. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. I appreciate what they are, but they're not something, you know, I'd rather, to be honest, put the money into an Alfa. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to some people, but I can absolutely see why this would appeal to other people. So again, a massive thanks to the guys for coming down. Lovely to meet you, great to chat. Sorry I didn't have more anything to offer other than black coffee, but yeah, good to chat, and I hope you get back nice and safely. And just, yeah, huge thanks for bringing it down to me again, because that's one headache, all the transportation side of things that I didn't really want to have to deal with. Now, I had lots and lots of messages and comments on the 2CV. First of all, I need to put the record straight. I completely messed up. I'm actually in this for about £700. Trust me, my counting is better than this. It's just this one was done off to the side slightly, a bit ad hoc. Normally everything obviously is coming through BCA and all that, and have all the invoices for it in the system. This one actually owes me 700. So all those that you've messaged me and offered me £500, thanks for the offer, but no, that isn't going to work for me. But based on all the comments you've made, I think you're all absolutely right. I've got so much on with this MGB, the other MGB and everything else, setting up the new units. I really haven't got time for this. Or realistically, space as well. I shouldn't tie up space for something that's not returning me a profit. So what we'll do is give it a really good clean, put all the panels back on, and get it up for sale as it is. And realistically, as many of you commented, I think I should be able to get a K out of it. If I can get a K out of it, then I'm happy. Made a little bit of money, and hopefully it'll go into a home that will love it and restore it. And a little bit later on down the road, when I haven't got so much on, I'll look for the right car. Now, the Caddy, just a little bit of feedback on the Caddy. I've been driving this around for ages now, haven't I? Back and forth to the unit. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's been a godsend. Goodness knows how much I've saved in transportation of equipment and hassle by having the van. But there is only one thing that's happened. It drives brilliantly. It's happened twice over, I'd say, about 20 or 30 journeys, where I've got to like a steep hill or a long gradient, and I haven't dropped down gear quickly enough, so it started to labour a little bit, and then it won't boost. There's no pull or turbo in it at all, so I have to then pull over, turn it off, turn it back on again, and it's absolutely fine from that point onwards, and for loads of other journeys. So it's almost like there's a speed restrictor or rev limiter on it. I do notice that the pedal doesn't have an awful lot of travel. I did wonder if perhaps someone hasn't been fiddling around with it. It was a works van and set up not to over rev or something like that. I don't know. But as soon as you turn it over, turn it off and turn it back on again, it's fine. So I don't know. We're back into the alpha territory here. Is it a boost sensor? The turbo isn't recognising that, the car isn't recognising that we've built enough boost, or is allowing it to build up too much boost. I don't think it can be a sticky turbo vane, because that's a mechanical thing, and by turning the car off and back on again, I don't know how that would free it up again and then be fine again for ages. I think it's got to be something electrical. It's very minor, like I say, it only happens once in a blue moon, and it has to be certain circumstances. I find it really hard to replicate it. I try and get it to bog down again, and then it just takes off, because the rest of the time it drives fine. So it's a really strange one, but I'm just carrying on using it for the moment. Like I say, it's too blooming useful. So that's it for this vid. Let me know your thoughts on the Audi A1 and your thoughts on what might be possibly wrong with the van. And as always, thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Thanks for all the comments. I'm sorry I'm not able to get back and answer all of them these days. I am trying my best, but obviously I've got an awful lot on. But as always, thanks for watching. More content very soon. And do remember hitting that like button down below. Makes a big difference to the channel, because it recommends it to other people. And if you're not subscribed, check if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down the bottom. About 70% of people watching aren't actually subscribed, so that would be appreciated as well. But massive thanks. Catch you again soon.